Hi everyone, and welcome back to episode 4 of our Journey with Me series. Today we are going to have a look at going to that fortress in the Nether. Alright, what we're going to do today is we're going to craft a set of diamond armor. We're going to that Nether Fortress to find nether wart and blaze rods. That's our most important one. We really want to start some brewing so that we can actually get into making some potions, protection for when we go to the Nether, because we are very close to that Nether Fortress where blazes try to kill us. And then, and we're also above lava, so just in case we fall into that lava lake, it's always safe. Okay, so we had enough diamonds to make a full set of armor. We will just put them away to keep them safe. I'm also just going to go into the Nether just to, see if we can extend our pathways, see, where there's some areas that we can access. Since we're over a lava lake, I would really like to find a pathway, a safe pathway to this Nether Fortress. So going into this Crimson Forest, the risk is that there are a lot of hoglins, which, could be dangerous. So I'm not sure if you know, but a tip here is to pick up a warped fungus. And when you put that down on the ground, the hoglins are scared off. So this only works when you can only put them on, is it called Nylium? You can only place them on that, so you can't place them on just like regular nether wart blocks. So you can only use that trick when you're in one of the forests, but it works, and I'll show you now. They completely just run away, so it won't work to just keep it in your hand. You need to place it down, but if you're walking around in one of those forests with it, you're completely safe. So really in the forests, there's nothing to really be concerned about, because if you're wearing gold, you're safe from the piglins. If you're walking with a warped fungus and you place it down early enough, at least, you are safe from the hoglins. Naturally, skellies, ghasts, those you won't be, and also magma cubes, you won't be safe from, but those aren't really in these biomes. The ghast can be, but the rest aren't really in these biomes. I just opened a pathway through this little, I'm going to call it a mountainy bit, so I can go through there and then get to the other side where the fortress is at. The risk, I guess, is that it's a very open area, so there's no protection. We've made it to the fortress. I wanted to say we made it safely to the fortress, but yeah, we probably won't be safe. And we see a blaze and a wither skelly. Now, the wither skellies are 3 blocks tall, so if you make these archways that are 2 blocks high, they can't get to you at all. The blazes are a different story, but if you have some fire protection, they can't shoot at you with their fireballs. They can, but it won't do anything to you. It's only when they get close to you that they can do some damage, but shield is good for that. It's always nice putting up 2 blocks up, so the wither skellies can't get to you. So and if you keep it there, they're always there, and you can travel safely between one of these little archways to the next. Fighting these wither skellies feels easy enough, if you see them coming and you can just block the path. The risk in the fortress is the blaze that shoots you. So there are also skellies depending on the biome that you're in, but skellies also. But for that, if you have a fire protection or fire potion, a shield and a few blocks that you can block corridors off with, you should be safe. And obviously a lot of food, which in my case I didn't bring, so now I have raw pork chops. Okay, so it's becoming a little bit dangerous with all these blazes, and I'm thinking of making my way back. But yeah, as I said, it's a very open area, so there's hardly any protection. And guys, I just died and I saw my bundle flying over the edge of that fortress. So we've just set up our enchanting area. It's very basic. It's got the 15 bookshelves around it. It's just placed on grass. It's just very temporary. What I want to do in the space where this enchanting area is, once we remove this, is want to set up a little like a fire, not a fire pit, just a fireplace with a little seating around. So, because this is our starter camp area and it needs to look like a camp, so I'd like to just keep that casual feel about it. But for now, we will have this enchanting setup here, and we will use it just for the basics. Once we have a build done, we'll just move it. Okay, so I had this idea that I really want a fire resistance potion. The other way that you can get it besides actually craft or brewing it yourself is when you barter with the piglins. For that we need to be wearing something gold, otherwise they'll attack us. Then you need to throw some gold at them. Now what they give you is very random, and it can range from gravel to a potion to a water bottle. There's very different things that they could give you. And I was just waiting on a potion, but I think I ran out of gold and they had not given me anything, so I needed to continue just, hoping and getting some more gold, and then I could trade with them again. I then, for some reason, decided to go to the Soul Sand Valley. I think I was excited to see if I could find a dry ghast. I did not see one there, but the other new thing in the latest update is that you can actually get, when you do the return to sender quest with the ghast, when he shoots his fireball at you and you can hit it back at him and it hits him and kills him, it actually drops a disc. So I was trying to see if I could do that. And sure enough, I actually managed to do that. So it dropped these 2 discs, and I got a tier as well, which you can use along with other tiers to craft your dry ghast if you can't find an actual dry ghast. But I ran into a different kind of problem, because during this fight with all these skellies and the ghast, my golden gear broke, which meant I thought I was safe getting back to our nether portal, but there were piglins waiting on me, and they then took my gear, so I need to deal with that. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna wear my diamond gear going into the nether to go and get my stuff back, because I would have to kill this piglin. The risk when you do that is that the other piglins are aggroed as well, and they start trying to kill you. So I think I'm just going to gear up as much as possible. I can always take this off in a bit, but here we go. So I found my stuff, I picked that up and then made sure that I would be safe from all the other piglins, hopefully. So I just kind of blocked some of the roots off as much as I could. I didn't block all of them, so there was still a risk that others came for me. But I basically killed that one and got my things back. All right, so my next thing I thought of was we need to get down to that fortress, but there needs to be a better way. And not that I think this is safer, but there is an easier way. So I decided to get some gravel and drop that down and try and build like a little staircase going to that Nether Fortress and see if how that goes. It was a very dangerous way of doing this because it's over a lava lake, partially, and there were blazes shooting at me like constantly. So it was a pretty dangerous one. So what I tried to do is I tried to just go back to the overworld and get some more gold to see if I could barter with the piglins again and see if I can maybe get some fire resistance potions. Okay guys, so this was a really long way of doing it, but I was able to make a basic staircase down into the fortress. I made my way through the fortress and blocked up some paths, made it safe for the wither skellies as well. And then I found some nether wart and I took the soul sand below it as well. And once I had some, I just decided to make my way back. And just as I thought I made it back to the safe path of my staircase, I was jumping up. I honestly have no idea what was going on behind me, which might not have been the best idea. And something hit me down and I fell into the lava, losing everything. Guys, oh my gosh, the frustration. Okay, so then I realized I can't recall whether I took all the nether warts in that fortress, and I was freaked out because I have no idea how close a second fortress might be to this. And yeah, so I decided, okay, let's try and see if we can barter with the piglins and see if we can find a fire resistance potion in case we fall again. I mean, this is, I don't know, the third time that we're trying to barter with them to see if we can find something. And again, no luck with the piglins. So I then decided, let me go to the staircase that I've made, but take some nether wart and then kind of close it up as I go. Because the risk isn't getting to the staircase, that's pretty easy. The problem is actually going up it and it has nothing around it and there's a lava lake below. So if we can cover that up, we're pretty safe. Now the challenge with this was that there were blazes constantly shooting at us. So it was a bit of a difficult one, a bit risky, but on the other hand, I actually really enjoyed doing this. And so I was done with the staircase. I then really crossed my fingers and toes and just hoped that there would be some nether wart left, that I didn't take it all before. I then decided to just take a few in case we find ourselves in a similar situation, and then make our way back. And we were able to get back safely. So at least we got some nether wart, we got some blaze rods, not a lot, but we know where to get them now. And so we can kind of start on some potions if we really want to. We previously found this brewing stand in the village, so I decided to just take that and place it here at the enchanting area. Since this is a temporary setup, we can just kind of place our things around here. And I added the blaze rods, and the nether wart I will be planting close by as well. And then lastly, let's just go and work on our board that we want to do. We want to do like a little bit of a to-do list / biome board, so we know what we have found. I mean, obviously we can go back and watch that on the video playback, but it would be easier just to have a board where we have chords of places that we found and that we are interested in going back to. And so just next to the spawn gazebo that we built, I am putting up this dark oak board with dark oak, not planks, dark oak wood, and stripping it, and then around the edges I'm just placing some spruce trapdoors. For the signs, I decided to go with something light, so I went with some birch. So I'm just putting up the blank boards for now. We can fill that out as we go, or as we get an idea. I will put on some of it just on the to-do list side, some ideas that we've already thrown around. Okay, and just adding some things, I've said let's fix up our nether portal, which is where we want to kind of replace our nether portal with something better looking. We want to also eventually add a trading hall. We might add that in one of the biomes that we're going to be building in, but this is our master to-do list. We want to also build an iron farm somewhere. We also want to secure where we go through our nether portal. We want to secure the other side. We don't want the hoglins and the piglins there, just in case we get away some gold, or the hoglins in itself are also dangerous. So we would like to make it a spawn-proof area, and we can then just make an entrance into each of the directions, but we want our main area that we spawn into to be safe. And then we also just want to kind of put it on our to-do list to note down our chords on the other side of the wall. And guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everyone watching every episode, commenting, liking, or even those who subscribe to the channel. I really hope you enjoy this. And since this is for you and for you to view, I would really love your thoughts and to hear what you think are good ideas to add to this world. For next episode, I'm thinking it would be nice if we can perhaps start a build in our cottage core / flower forest area. I'm thinking of actually adding a little bit of lore to each area. Maybe have some, I'm calling it NPCs, maybe have some villagers around and just making it a town in itself. So, and giving each of those people a personality so that the world doesn't feel as lonely. But the other suggestion I got was to actually go and find a companion. And I thought that was a really great idea, since it does become pretty lonely playing by yourself in your own world and talking to yourself, basically. I might just get me a puppy friend and he or she can travel with me. So I am thinking of doing that in next episode. We might actually get a build done, which I think is good since we had such a journey today. And then, yeah, just have a bit of a safer episode next time. But I really hope you enjoyed today, and please let me know if you have any suggestions or thoughts or anything to add. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye!